The Silent Motel, a real horror encounter in Arizona. I swear what I'm about to tell you isn't a campfire tale or something I made up for views. This happened in the United States, in Arizona, and it still shakes me to my core whenever I think about it. I never believed in ghosts, demons, or whatever people say lurks in the dark. But after that night, I can't laugh at those things anymore. I lived it, and the scariest part, I don't think it's over. It all began on a road trip from Texas to California. I had been driving for almost 12 hours, fighting exhaustion. My eyelids felt like they had weights on them. Around midnight, somewhere along a lonely stretch of Route 66, I saw a flickering neon sign that read, Desert Shadow Motel. Vacancy. I don't know why I pulled in. Something in me screamed to keep driving, but my body couldn't. The parking lot was empty except for one dusty pickup truck that looked like it hadn't moved in years. The motel itself looked ancient, faded paint peeling off, windows covered with grime, and that neon sign buzzing like it was about to die. Inside the office, the air was colder than the desert night. A woman, maybe in her late 60s, sat behind the counter. Her face was strange, pale, almost waxy, like she hadn't seen sunlight in years. She didn't smile. She didn't even blink much. She just slid a key toward me with a voice so soft I barely heard it. Room 6. No paperwork. No ID check. Nothing. Just that single brass key with the number 6 scratched on it. Walking to my room, I noticed every single door in the motel was shut tight, but the place felt abandoned. There were no sounds of TVs, no footsteps, nothing, just silence. Room 6 was at the very end of the row. The door creaked as I pushed it open. Inside, the smell hit me first. Musty, like damp wood, and something rotten hiding underneath. The room looked frozen in the 1970s, brown carpet with stains, a floral bedspread that smelled like mildew, and a flickering lamp that gave off a sickly yellow light. I told myself it was just one night, just sleep, wake up, and leave. But when I closed the door, I noticed something strange. The room number on the inside wasn't 6, it was 9. I thought maybe the plaque had just been flipped around or was mislabeled, but for some reason it sent a shiver straight through me. I tried brushing it off, set my bag down, and lay on the bed. The springs groaned under my weight. I turned off the lamp and shut my eyes. That's when I heard it tap, 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 like fingernails against the window glass. I froze. The window was covered by dusty curtains, and I didn't want to look. I tried to convince myself it was just tree branches, except there were no trees, just endless desert. The tapping stopped. I exhaled, thinking it was my imagination. But then, creak, creak, footsteps inside the room. My eyes snapped open. The room was pitch black. My heart hammered so loud, I thought whatever was in there could hear it. Slowly, I reached for my phone and turned on the flashlight. No one was there. The door was still locked, but when I aimed the light toward the corner, I swear I saw it. A shadow, tall, thin, with arms too long, vanished against the wall like smoke before I could even process it. I tried to tell myself I was hallucinating from exhaustion. I climbed back into bed, pulled the covers over my head like a terrified child, and forced myself to stay still. That's when I heard the voice. It was a whisper, so close it felt like it was coming from under the bed. Don't stay here. I bolted upright, heart racing. I grabbed my bag and decided I didn't care how tired I was. I was leaving. I rushed to the door, yanked it open, and the hallway wasn't the same. Instead of the row of motel rooms, it stretched into darkness like a tunnel. The walls looked warped, wet, like they were breathing. I slammed the door shut and stumbled back, shaking. When I turned around, the room wasn't the same either. The furniture was gone. The bed was just a rusted metal frame, the carpet had turned to rotting wood, and the air reeked of decay. That's when I realized I wasn't in a motel room anymore. I don't remember how long I stood there frozen, but then I noticed something carved into the wall, words scratched deep into the wood. No room 6, no room 9. Dozens of names were etched below it, with dates. The most recent was from 1997. And then I heard the door creak open behind me, but I never touched it. Something crawled through the opening, not walked, crawled. I could hear its nails scraping the floorboards. I didn't wait to see it. I grabbed my bag and sprinted through the hallway, screaming. When I burst outside, the desert night hit me like ice water. I was back in the parking lot. The motel behind me looked normal again, like nothing had changed. Room 6's door was shut tight. I didn't even think. I jumped in my car, started the engine, and tore out of there like the devil himself was chasing me. I didn't stop driving until the sun rose. When I finally pulled into a gas station hours later, I tried to explain to the clerk what happened. He just gave me a strange look and said, "You stayed at the Desert Shadow?" I nodded. He shook his head slowly and whispered, "That place burned down in the 90s, been abandoned ever since." I swear my blood turned cold. I told him I had just been there last night. The neon sign, the woman at the desk, room 6, everything. He stared at me like I was insane. "Son, there ain't no Desert Shadow Motel anymore. Just desert." It's been months since that night, but I can't shake it. Sometimes in the middle of the night, I wake up to that same tap, tap, tap at my window. Other times, I hear the whisper again from beneath my bed. I don't know what I brought back with me, but I know this. If you ever find yourself on a lonely desert road in Arizona and you see a flickering neon sign that says Desert Shadow Motel, don't stop, don't even look, just drive, because once you check into room 6, you'll never really leave.